Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this is basically a video, as you can probably tell from the title. I'm going to be looking at changing over the door to this beautifully damaged Mercedes C-Class. This is kind of a video that I wanted to do purely because I didn't see anything about it online, and I thought while I'm doing it I might as well create the content for you guys. So if anyone does need to do this in the future, here's a video, right? The issue here is we need to change the front driver's door. He's only bought the front driver's door. Now, this is actually the first W205 that I did an ambient light install on. So, same guy come back to me. I'm going to be looking at changing over the door because of all of that. And he thought it would be best to come back to me because I've already got the experience with the car, know where I need to go roughly. And he's got a replacement door that's the same color, luckily, that he can just put on. There's a couple of things that I've noticed with regards to moving the door over, swapping it around. It's not as simple as you might think, so that's why I thought make the video for you guys. So let me point out all those bits and pieces to you. So I guess first up, yes, we have this beautifully damaged door, but the things that we need to look at that are kind of the awkward points with the driver's door, you've got the key mechanism here, which the other doors don't have. So we need to deal with that, which means replacing this piece with the new door. Along with that, we want to also, obviously he's left all of his stuff in here, but keeping as much of this as we can at the moment. Dealing with the alignment as well, making sure all the modules work. My plan of action at the moment is take this door off, take off the door handles, put the new door not fully on, but just connect it up and just make sure everything works. Make sure the windows work, make sure the module works with unlocking and locking the car, and then deal with everything going forward. First up, taking off the door card and taking off the door handle. So with regards to taking off the door handle, what I have seen is we have to remove this little grommet here, and just in there, I don't know if you can see it right, I've got the big torch, but just in there, if you can see that, there we go, just about see it. That is the T20 that we need to remove. That basically holds this part together. So as we lift this door handle open, we'll be able to release this and take that out, and then we can also take out the rest of this, which is basically just held in as a clip. What I have done is at the moment I've lowered the window purely because if I accidentally do close the door without the door handle on it anymore, I can still open it from the inside. I can only imagine how heavy this door is going to be, especially with all the insulation and all the mechanical goodness in there, as well as the window. So it's going to be fun, but it's a challenge we're gonna tackle together. So yeah, let's jump right into dismantling everything and taking it from there. So everyone, you use the T20, which I've got here, and all you gotta do is just unscrew it and it will literally stop. You'll feel it stop. That means that's all it's gonna get unscrewed by. And then we just come through to the front, open the door handle, and it will just slide right out. That's it. This is the part which will match up with the new key. Well, the old key I should say, for the new door. So keep this safe, make sure you don't really get damaged. If you want to keep this part, all you have to do is just push it this way and it'll basically just slide right out. The more of this that you can keep, it just gives you more options in case the other one has any scuffs and damages on it. You get to pick and choose which one's the best. Keeping these two to the side. So taking off the door card, got the bolt just up through here and a bolt just underneath here. Just get those two bolts. They are a T30, which is good. Again, try to use the right T size because it just makes your life a little bit easier. Got the two out already. So after that, you don't actually remove this first. I've noticed that the best way to do it is remove the door card from the side panel here. That will then loosen it all up. If need be, come right underneath there, fit there. So just undone this here and unpinned this, and I've obviously got the ambient light set up here as well. Just gonna undo that there, this screw here, and then these two just over here as well. This is all going to be used later on. So here is a replacement door. Now I'm gonna have lots of fun getting this unwrapped now, so yeah, let's just have fun unwrapping it. I'll put it on the foam pads because obviously you don't want it directly touching the floor. So everyone, I've got the door unwrapped. A couple of things that I've noticed. Now, it didn't come with the door card and it doesn't have the speaker there, and it also doesn't have the side mirror attached. So those are couple of things I need to take off there. The modules look to be the same, so I might be able to get away without changing them. And I just need to basically double check. These wires I'm pretty sure, because these aren't connected. Now, I'm gonna unclip these for now, because I don't need them. So I'm gonna make sure that with these wires, I'm pretty sure it just goes to the side mirror and this. So just gonna move those around. I might actually swap around the module just in case there's any differences. So to remove the side mirror, you've got, what is this, a T25. You got these two screws that just hold it on. There's one down below here and there's one up top here. Now as I'm removing these, I am making sure I'm holding onto the side mirror, because the last thing I want to do is drop that. Gently taking off the first screw, second screw off. Now then, whilst holding it on, you've got a final screw which is just underneath this seal here. You're probably better off taking this one off first, because it makes the other two the easier to access ones. Now once you've got those off, you should be able to just gently pull this out. And there we go. That's the side mirror removed nicely. I'm looking out for points between the two doors that are different. So this one has wiring for the speaker and the tweeter up here, whereas this door only has the single wiring for the speaker. Means I have to change over the entire module just over here, which basically, well, all the wiring basically from this. So once I disconnect the wiring from there, take all of this off, which is mostly held in by screws. So gonna need to change over these screws as well. I've also noticed this is not on the new door, so bits and pieces like that you want to look out for, just to make sure you're doing it the best way you can. You know, it's kind of like playing the games where you have to spot the difference between the two. I'm gonna now look at investing the time in just dismantling this door, kind of working off this door first and then going on to that one, but we'll see how it all goes. So I hope you all got to see that very quickly, because it was still in hyperlapse mode, but I've basically had to move the window to the service area, which means that this area here, you can see the yellow part there, and you got a Torx bit just inside. Let me see if there's a T30. Nope, it's going to be smaller. I think it's a T25. Might even be a T27 actually, but you basically have to unscrew these two. There's one there and one here. Oh dang, these are really tight. I'm gonna have to get something stronger to do that and actually focus on it. But once you unscrew these two, you'll be able to take the window out and then carry on with dismantling everything and taking it out. Means the door will actually be a little bit lighter to take off as well. The dealing with windows is not fun, because you then have the added risk of damaging the window. Good thing is I have two windows to deal with. So as you all saw, I didn't actually take out the screws fully. Just loosened it up enough to when I felt that everything was all good. We also had 3 bolts holding on this lock mechanism here. That is a T30, and that should make everything nice and loose now. So I just want to make sure, yeah, everything looks good here. Next up, what I want to tackle is modules over here. So that just requires me to pull down on this cover. I think I need a screwdriver for that. Go for a bit of a chunky one. That's fun. Nice. Feels weird, the fact that I just took, that's the first time I've ever taken out a window. So as you can see over here, this is where I'm dealing with right now. Right, so this, you've got to push down really nice and hard, and then it should separate itself away from over there. It is pretty challenging, so I'm going to do that with 2 hands. What I actually noticed then was it was best to pull this down as much as you can, and then kind of get the screwdriver into the middle part here. Now from here, we need to undo this clip here at the top. Now sometimes there can be a locking pin on these at the top here, but this one doesn't look like it has it. So just push down on this, just here. Just at the top over here, we got to push down on this clip, and then we'll be able to pull out the whole thing. Again, gonna do with it with both my hands. Gives me the safest way of doing it without damaging anything. As I was looking around, again, when you're dealing with the camera in your hand, it's not very easy to see, but this did have the little red locking clip on it. So just disconnected that. It does pop out from what I can see, and I'll put this back in later on, but that's what we did there. Whoa, that looks crazy to see it like that. Completely empty and bare. Good thing is, genuinely, this is actually going a little bit easier than I thought it would. I was more stressed out about it, dealing with the glass and stuff, but now that I'm doing it, I'm actually like, you know what? The car's working with me, which is helpful. This will be an amazing opportunity to sound deaden the entire door if you've got that, because then it will literally make the car sound even better. Right, you can see the damage come through. Can we pop any of it out? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. I'm kind of bringing it out. It's probably here. That's the middle one there. Not really actually bringing it out. With the door looking as it is, it's time to take off the door. I'll show you all how the module thing looks. This is everything here. So this is the door lock, the door handle. It's all connected as part of one unit. And you can see the door channels for the window. Try to keep that somewhere secure and safe. So now it's a matter of taking the door off. That does weigh a fair amount, plus the glass. So actually the door should be really, really light to take off right now. Now from what I can see, to take the door off, it's just this screw here, well this nut, and actually the bottom one doesn't look like it's there. They look like two pins of some sort. How I'm looking at that is I'm looking at this one here. Now that's been taken off just like that. Same kind of at the bottom as well. So just undo that as best as I can. Quick moment of insight. So I'm using a 7mm on what is actually a nut underneath this. So this has a little black cover on it, which isn't needed, but it's actually just a 7mm. Here I've used an extension to make sure I don't damage anything. You gotta do the same just underneath here. That should in essence release the door from the door hinges. Now once I release them, I actually think the door's gonna stay in place until I lift it up and then take it off. So that's really interesting and makes it actually a better prospect to do this whilst on your own. I just remembered I haven't taken off that clip yet. I'm gonna actually do that first before I deal with that, purely because it's probably gonna be easier to do that whilst it's on the car than it is when it's off the car. That's the top one out. There's the bottom one. That's the 2 bolts removed. Let's give this a try right now in taking it off on my own. Let me see. Ooh, whoa. Yo, that's sick. Look at that. Quick little arm workout. Let's go. Yeah, now I'm not joking. But yeah, that's awesome. That's the door removed. Don't need to worry about this one. This one's basically gonna get scrapped, but probably could remove some of the trim pieces from it if someone needs it in the future. Right now, I am going to basically put this to the side and get the new one prepared. I'm actually going to connect it up first and then do all the stuff that I need to do with the internals of it, purely because dealing with that whilst it's loose, it's a bit of a danger point. So I'm going to deal with that. In fact, I'm just going to go inside, get a quick snack because I'm a little bit hungry now. I'm so happy. Never done something like this before. Yeah. The window out. Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. I'm happy. So this is going to be fun. I realized that actually, whilst I was relaxing, I realized that actually this is going to be harder to put back on because this still has everything connected to it. It's going to be a little bit heavier, and also I can't hold it underneath here because the window is still there. A bit annoying, but it is what it is. Now it's just a matter of lining it up with the door, and then I can start bit by bit putting everything back together. This would be so much easier to do if I didn't have all the stuff inside of it. I'm gonna get a little quick bit of help from my dad. Yep. I think that's it. There you go. Yeah, it's quite a smart idea. That's it, everyone. Basically, quick little tip. When you put it on, put those two bolts back in at the most wide open. And now that opens and closes nice and smooth. I'm not fully closing it just yet because obviously still got a lot to do with it. So now it's just gonna do everything that I did before in reverse. So let me just wrap through this as quick as I can, get that window in, because this window does have a different sticker and stuff. It's just gonna be a bit more of a nice continuity between all the windows. Good news, everyone, managed to get the car finally done. And well, that was a bit more longer than I thought it would be to put it all back together. I've ran into a couple of problems and I'm just going to go through all of those with you right now. The exterior door handle. It's a bit of a weird one to put back in. Basically what you have to do is to line this one up. At the same time, you have to get this one ready because the actual lock mechanism for this part of the handle only like lets this go in when this is also going in at the same time. It's a bit weird, it's a bit annoying. The first time I tried putting it on, I just did the front part, and then all that happened is I had to rip off everything because the mechanism basically got pushed too far forward and it wasn't allowing the door handle to sit in flush. So it's a bit weird. That's just something that you have to think about. So the other little issue that I had was with the window. When I lowered it down, I'm going to show you it on the other door example. So you got these little clamps here and they basically get screwed in through those screws, through the screw just in here. They're the ones that you undo. Now this one I undid a little bit too much, so this part of the clamp was loose. Again, required me to rip everything off and put it all back together because that's just something you can't tell fully what's happening when you're taking it off. My advice there would be undo it slowly on both sides, bit by bit, until you get the glass loose enough to lift up. It's something that you just have to think about. The other thing that was a bit of an issue was getting this wiring grommet through on the inside. Basically, as you put the door interior modules in through this side, so you got the door handle and the lock going in, it's very hard to get your arm in there to push the wires through and out. Because you've got everything obviously pushed to that side. So what I noticed was push everything to the top corner, kind of put your knee down here to bend it in a little bit, but bring your arm through on the top and then pop it through. It sounds incredibly weird with the way I explained it, but just try to do it that way. Like I said, focus on that part at the bottom there, pushing in. Obviously that part's already tucked in, and then with your arm through the top, push the wire out as best as you can. That's the way I found it helped, because obviously the wiring behind it all is still quite limited. So it's just something you gotta deal with. And lastly, you gotta do a window reset. When I put the window back in, when you press the button up to go to the top, it kept popping itself back down. So all you have to do to reset that is with the card in the ignition, use a single click here to get the window to go all the way to the top, and then hold it up for 20 seconds, literally count to 20, then release, and then that should have reset it. I had to do it a couple of times. I guess the way I was counting to 20 wasn't exactly 20 seconds and I was probably going a little bit less, but once I did it for 20 seconds and literally made sure I did it with stopwatch, it worked out perfect. That's basically the last issue that I had. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. As you saw, just literally unbolting things and unclipping things, and that's literally it. I would say in terms of difficulty, it's as long as you got the right tools or the right Torx bits and stuff like that, and a few other things to help, like I used the drill to undo those screws going all the way around the nut. See everyone, it's been great having you all with me. It's been something different to do on the car. I'm happy to get that all off my bucket list in terms of changing a window on a car and stuff like that. If this video has been helpful to you all in any way, shape or form, or if you have enjoyed the content, please consider giving it a like, as that will help me, especially with the algorithm and possibly someone else finding this video to help them as well. Along with that, leave a comment down below if you think I could have done anything better, or if there's something that I missed or could have been more informative on. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. So to do that, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. But for now, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out. Bye.